banks issue currencies directly on the XRPL, we are sure there's enough use cases for liquidity pools. It concerns me because leveraging the DEX and the Rippling algorithm, no need for liquidity pools. If that was the case, it would have already been adopted because those things that you just mentioned right there have been available on the XRP ledger for close to a decade. Like those are some of the core things that were built into the chain. So liquidity pools are absolutely needed. Banks and institutions want a way to be able to generate returns by providing liquidity on chain. And you need to incentivize people to provide liquidity on chain. If there's not a mechanism to do that, you're not going to see the adoption. So that's what liquidity pools and AMMs and some of these other things that they've implemented on the XRPL are going to do. They provide institutions a viable way to participate in the ecosystem and generate a return. Liquidity begets liquidity, may be something that you've heard in the past. And we've already seen this with ETH. We've already seen it with Solana. You've seen it with other ecosystems where once there's enough momentum, more people pile in. This also happens with the ETFs. So, talking with some of the people that we have, Canary Capital and others, you need to get to that $100 million threshold in your ETF before the big boys can even come in, because the smallest check they're cutting is $10 million and they can't control or own more than 10% of an ETF. So you have to get to at least $100 million before you can even really have some institutional adoption on things. And it'll be the same way on chain, right? Like, again, there are compliance and red tape and all the other fun stuff that we have here, domestic in the US and globally for when people are able to participate in a broker dealer, in a marketplace, in, financial product or exchange traded product. There's stipulations on that. So until we have enough liquidity on chain that those people can participate, they're going to stay away. As they drive the price of XRP up with the supply shock in the very near future, yeah, there's going to be more than enough liquidity for the institution to show up in droves. But the liquidity pools will absolutely incentivize them to participate more and more and continue to drive the price of XRP up higher as they lock up XRP to back derivatives as collateral inside financial products, on balance sheets for treasury companies and the like. 100 billion XRP seems like a lot until we're down to almost nothing left on the exchanges at this point for the OTC and dark pools.